Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over how to build a Vex IQ base, as well as some common mistakes that I see some newer teams making. So this here is a base I made just to demonstrate some common mistakes. One thing I see that happens a lot is the wheels fall off on their bases, and when this happens, what they do is they shove a lot more rubbers onto this shaft, but what that does is it keeps the wheel from coming off of the shaft, not the shaft from coming out of the motor, and that doesn't fix the problem. Another thing I see is that teams are making their bases too small, and that often causes the robots to tip, especially if you have an arm that's moving. Lastly, I see teams that don't use Omni wheels. In this case, Omni wheels are really important as they allow you to move the wheels sideways when you turn. Otherwise, they get stuck on the ground, and the friction causes the turning to be super inconsistent, which can be bad for driving or programming. So now I'm going to show you guys how to build a base. Okay, so this is half of the base that we're going to be building. All of these corner connectors here are for connecting this half to the other half. You can see here that we have used Omni wheels, and these are going to allow us to turn extremely smoothly. We connected them with a chain, and they're wide apart, so we have a stable base. And let's get into the building. Okay, so these are all the parts you're going to need to build half of the base, and let's get started. So first we're going to want to put the motor on. Which we will then attach to the chain, which is going to drive our wheels. Remember to put these spacers in between the sprockets, otherwise the chain is going to scrape against the beam when you drive and it is going to come loose. So we're gonna set the second axle all the way on the other side to provide us with a nice foundation. Then put one standoff in the middle and two corner connectors on the sides. So there. And there. Then want to snap this piece on, and we can start putting on our Omni wheels. Again, we're going to need spacers. Then you want to put one rubber to hold the Omni wheel in place. You don't want to make it so tight so that there is friction and the robot cannot, and the motors cannot move the wheel. Next, we're going to put these in between. These are just two corner connectors, one here and one here, held together by two pins right by the wheels. Then we're gonna get two more rubbers, and we're gonna put them near the tip of the shafts for the wheels. We do this to keep them from coming out after we put in our final beam. Let's do that now. So as you can see, the rubbers over here will keep the wheel from being able to come out this way, solving the problem of the wheels falling out. Then we'll just cap the ends with the rubbers. And then we have the base. Next, we're going to put on the mounts that we have for attaching this to the other half. So we're gonna put this corner connector here. So that there. We're gonna put this next one right in front of it, and this last one on the other side right here. Next, we're gonna put the chain in. So just take your chain, and there is half of the base. So if you want to use gears instead of chains, here's what you're going to need to do. We're going to start with still a beam and a motor with 2 corner connectors at the end. The beam's going to need to be slightly longer because we want to keep the same wheel span, but we don't want the teeth of the gears to scrape against the corner connector. So first we're going to put on the 2 shafts for our wheels. They're going to go on opposite ends. Then we need to fill the middle with gears. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take a small shaft. We're going to put a gear halfway on it. And then we're going to put a rubber in. And leave one whole gap on both sides. Like that. Then we're going to fill the space in between with these. Make sure that you have an odd number of gears, otherwise your wheels are going to be turning in the opposite direction. When you're done, put the beam on top. And the rubbers will keep the gears from falling out. From here, you can basically follow along with the rest of the tutorial, as the size is the same as the base with chain, as you can see here. So now that we have this half and this half, let's put these 2 together. So first, what we're gonna want to do is grab these 2 beams. They are this long, and we're gonna put them on the mounts that we added. So there's one here. Next, we're gonna take another beam and we're gonna put 4 of these corner connectors on it. And we're gonna put that on the other side. So right here. Lastly, we're gonna take a longer beam right here. We're gonna flip the base over, and here you can see the corner connectors here. We're gonna just put this on top and flip it back over again. And here now, as you can see, we have a sturdy base that's wide and has no friction when turning. The wheels won't fall out. And yeah, it's a Vex IQ base.